got me, baby, I got your back. Looking at you, thinking about all of the ways that you know me. I can't get enough.
Hello everyone, previously I would like to introduce my team of debate. Firstly, I am Mulyani, I am as an opening government, and then Sulistianingsih as an opening opposition, and then Siti Ramlah Siregar as a closing government, and the last one is Susi Melyana Harahap as a closing opposition. Okay, our motion today is President Jokowi revoked the President's regulation in alcohol. Firstly, I'm gonna talking about the definition of the liquor, and then I will continue to my arguments. Liquor is an alcoholic beverage containing ethanol that is produced from distillation. Ethanol itself is produced by fermenting grains, fruits, or vegetables. Examples of these liquors include wine, vodka, gin, baijiu, tequila, rum, whiskey, brandy, and soju. Meanwhile, investment is an activity of investing in the hope that in the future it will generate a number of sustainable profits from the investment results. This liquor itself is an attraction for foreign tourists who come to Indonesia. Moreover, only certain areas are allowed to run this alcohol business, starting from Bali Province, East Nusa Tenggara Province, North Sulawesi Province, and the Papua Province. With the opening of alcohol investment, it's possible to increase domestic consumption of alcohol because 100% of Indonesia will pursue the domestic market before exporting. What happens if this investment in alcohol is widened? The Economy Center of Reform on Economics, Junedi state, investing in alcohol is such a shame as many previous studies have shown that investing in alcoholic beverage has bad long-term effects. We can see the effect on public health, social unrest, and what is even more dangerous if alcohol products are offered to the domestic market. WHO has reported that each year the use of alcoholic beverage is estimated to kill 2.5 million people globally. Then, there is also the effect of decreasing productivity. WHO notes that alcohol use causes a loss of 3.5% of productivity per year, and if in developed countries, the calculation is around 9% per year productivity decreases. Worse, if this policy is carried out without being balanced with a supervisory policy, then illegal alcoholic drinks will become a problem. Several times it was found that this illegal alcoholic drinks has taken many victims because it doesn't have an official license or is mixed with several types. Outside of health, namely social diseases that are expected to arise because he loses consciousness due to consuming them. So that the things that happen he don't realize disturb the condition of society, for example, fights and others. And also, the face of Indonesia will be viewed ugly by Muslim countries, which a result could lose investment from the Muslim country. Thank you.
Sulistianingsih from Opposition One Team. I disagree with the government one team, which states the bad effect of alcohol by reviewing the states of Indonesia, which is always based on law and crime. Everything that has been regulated by applicable law as clearly regulated in Article 74 of 2013 concerning control and supervision of alcoholic beverage. Of course, from here, the sector of the economic business sector, the alcohol sales section can be categorized as safe with several points and conditions that have been properly regulated by our government. And from an economic perspective, investment in alcohol is promising in several regions in Indonesia that have tourist destinations that attract visitors, especially tourists. This is also in accordance with public policy observes. He assesses that there is nothing wrong with opening up investment for alcohol drinks, aka liquor, miras, It refers to Presidential Regulation Perpres number 10 of 2021 concerning the investment business sector. Public Policy Officer Agus Pambagio said this could attract foreign tourists to come to Indonesia. This is the government's want to attract income from the tourism sector. If alcohol is prohibited, the tourists will also be lacking because the tourists come to a country to relax. And usually tourists from non-Muslim countries are usually the ones who are looking for alcohol, said Agus when contacted the Tikkom Monday 1/3/2021. Moreover, only certain areas are allowed to run this alcohol business, starting from Bali Province, as Nusa Tenggara Province, North Sulawesi Province, and Papua Province. It is believed that the number of tourists in these areas will grow with opening of investment in alcohol. In addition, the President continues to provide regulation for investing in alcohol drinks himself, so that some small entrepreneurs in areas that have a habit of consuming alcohol can still earn their income in these areas. It also has rules in its production to keep it safe and sellable in the market.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Ramlah. I'm from government team. A researcher from the Center of Reform on Economics Indonesia, Yusuf Rendi, assessed that the tourist driving sector is not just the liquor industry. Many other things have contributed to the rise of tourists. For example, supporting infrastructure, types of tourist attractions, certainty of transportation to and from tourist attractions. After all, Indonesia also has a lot of alcoholic beverage products. Even then, the liquors are considered as one of attraction of foreign tourists. Currently, Indonesia already has an alcoholic beverage product business that tourists have used and often use it. Executive of Kor Muhammad Faisal, he considered the opening of liquor investment has nothing to do with the development of tourist sector. This is because of alcoholic drinks are not an attraction for foreign tourists to visit Indonesia. For example, many people go to Bali not because of alcohol, but because of nature. So we think there are many sectors can be developed apart from the alcohol industry. If it only has on impact the workforce, the agricultural and agro-industrial development should be spurred on. Meanwhile, if this investment is continued, it will have a stronger negative impact than positive, even though it is only applied in 4 provinces. The opening of alcohol investment will have bad impact in the long term. Apart from health, it has the potential to cause social unrest. Especially if the alcohol product is offered to the domestic market, we recommend that this rule be revised again with the consideration of negative impacts in the long term. This is not just a moral consideration, but also an economic loss from a health standpoint. Based on a 2010 study in United States mentioned first, 1 in 6 people in the US who drink fall into the category of drinking alcohol beverage in the excessive category. Second, under these conditions, the cost of drinking this liquor in 2010 in the US reached $249 billion or about $2.05 a drink. These are the costs of drinking alcohol ill effect on the economy. If presented to the GDP US, the fall was 166% of GDP US. The biggest waste was caused by loss of productivity of 72%, 11% due to halt costs, 10% to law enforcement on crimes caused by alcohol, 5% relate to motor vehicle accidents due to alcohol. These figures are still low estimate. This is official study published by the US Government Centers for CDC. If this figure is simulated in Indonesia by only applying the figure used in the US, namely 166%, the result is already high. He explained, Indonesia GDP in 2020 was 15,434 trillion Indonesia rupiah. If multiplied by 166%, the result would be 256 trillion Indonesia rupiah. So if we assume that it is not as high as 544%, but only 166%, just like the US, the result will be the economic cost that must be borne by Indonesia because alcohol reaches 256 trillion Indonesia rupiah. While investing in alcohol reaches 256 trillion Indonesia rupiah, from these figures, the economic cost caused by alcohol will far outweigh the benefits. The regulation in purpose show that governments prioritize investment and economic interests and ignores the many victims who have fallen as a result of alcohol. Also show the government is ignorant of community unrest and is less sensitive to local governments that have issued local regulation to protect negative impact and social hazards as well as safety-related hazards. This example of an incident from negative impact of liquor is a police officer who drank because he was charged for alcohol payments when buzzed and then carried out the shooting, which resulted in the death of 3 people and injuring 1 resident. The information from National Police Headquarters also released in the 2018 to 2020 period there are 233 crimes due to alcohol and cases of mixed alcohol, totaling 1,045 cases. Therefore, the government should just withdraw the alcohol investment permit regulations as stipulated in Prudential Decree 10 of 2021 and return to Prudential Decree 44 of 2016, where the alcohol industry is a closed business sector for investment, and the government together Indonesia Parliament immediately prioritizing the discussion of alcohol bill and subsequently ratifying it into law. This will be a shield for nation generation and protect the people from the bad effects of alcohol, which can endanger physical and spiritual health.
So in fact, our country is not an Islamic country, but a republic with the Pancasila ideology as the slogan Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, and we can deny that one of Indonesia biggest tax from there is like a discotheque factor, which officially has acquired there. So for that, one of the goals of the 90 and 45 Constitution is to create a fair-based society. So that to be fair-based requires funds for development. For example, they are in orderly, while like in America, where alcohol is allowed to remain fair-based. And in my opinion, the government is indeed unable to close down the liquor factory. If indeed there have been many casualties as confided by Speaker 1, that every year the use of alcoholic drinks is estimated to kill 5 million people globally, the government should take action to close down. But in fact, the government of the Republic of Indonesia does not able.
When you come through the room, I know that you know if you fall, I won't be there. Let's light up like the moon. Yeah, we take it off, make it even.